Welcome. In this video we're going to load data from SKUtrak DataShare into an Excel pivot table. It is assumed that you already have the Snowflake ODBC driver installed and have set up an ODBC connection, but if you haven't, you can find out how to do that in one of our other videos. Launch Excel, and from the data ribbon select Get Data from Other Sources from ODBC. This will give you a list of the ODBC data sources that you've created. So find the one for your SKUtrak DataShare, click that. Okay. If you provided the username and password in your data source, you won't need to enter it now, otherwise you'll get prompted for it. Expand SKUtrak, expand public, and now you can see the tables. I'm going to select the Morrison's Estate table and click load. The data from that table is now being downloaded, so depending on which table you select and how many rows, this may take some time, but actually we've loaded 13,000 rows quite quickly there. Right, let's insert a pivot table. Insert pivot table as you normally do, but this time we want to change the source, so use external data source and pick the connection that we've just created. This will pull the data from the SKUtrak DataShare without loading it into a sheet. So we can see now a list of the columns in the table. I'm going to drag the date and sales value, and immediately I've got sum of sales by year from the data in SKUtrak DataShare. You may want to see the data that's within the table itself. So if you right click on the connection, change load to table, and what that will do is pull in the raw data into a worksheet in Excel. You don't need to do that for a pivot table, and it takes more space storing that in the worksheet, but sometimes it's useful just to be able to see it. So I will just delete that worksheet, and here we have our sales by year connected directly to SKUtrak DataShare, and if I want to update the data in there at any point, all you need to do is click on data, refresh all, and the data is downloaded and the pivot table is updated. Quick recap. From the data ribbon, select Get Data from Other Data Sources, and then from ODBC, and pick the ODBC connection that you created. If you did enter the username and password in the ODBC connection, then you won't need to enter it again, otherwise you'll get a username and password prompt appear. When inserting a pivot table, don't forget to select Use an External Data Source and pick the connection that you've created. If you want to see the raw data, you can do that by right-clicking on the queries and connections and choosing load to. But the best thing about the data connection and pivot tables from that is that without doing through all this step again, if you want to update the data, click on refresh all, and it will be pulled down fresh from SKUtrak DataShare and the pivot table updated.